All right, good afternoon. A few of you, quite a few of you, both local friends and people online, have asked me what crawlers I have, what crawlers I own, what projects I'm working on. You know, they want to get nosy like that, which I don't mind. I like showing it off, I suppose. So I have loaded up all of my current rigs that roll, drove out to the middle of nowhere, and now I'm showing them off. First and foremost, the rig that's right in front of you, that is my original SCX-10. That is, was originally the Honcho, which it still is. Different body, of course, because, well, the original one kind of got beat up over the years. This is my main rig. This is, if I had to keep only one rig and get rid of all the rest, this would be the one I'd be keeping. I have put more time and energy and money into this rig, and this is the rig of that. I don't know. This is just my rig. This is me. This is who I am, basically, in an RC form. I suppose I'll tell you a little bit about it. I've had it for about 3-4 years. Bought it as an RTR, and basically the only thing that's factory on it would probably end up being the cage. Everything else has changed. New wheels, new tires, paint. Let's see, the wheels and tires, oh, they're Super Swampers, RC 4-wheel drive Super Swampers. I don't remember the brand of the wheels. I don't know. I've got STRC rock sliders, Iron Cross, I believe it is. What is the name of that bumper? I don't know. Iron Cross bumpers, we'll go with that. Warren winch, gearhead headache, or gearhead roof rack with light. Yeah, you know, it's make some room here. It's pretty cool. It's got updated axle housings, full metal housings, full metal servo, metal transmission. Everything's metal on it. Metal links, drive lines. I need new links, of course, because mine are, I've had to space them out a little bit, and they just don't look good. Yeah, I mean, it's a built rig. This thing goes. It's running on a 2-cell LiPo 27-turn motor, standard 85 speed controller. Yeah, other than that, I mean, this thing is totally built. There's nothing wrong with it. It runs, it drives. Actually, I lied. The only thing wrong with it is the pinion grub screw keeps loosening. I've put thread locker, and I even super glued the damn pinion gear to the motor shaft, and the thing still breaks loose. So, hell if I know. But other than that, I mean, this thing is solid. This is the one that I take out on all my trail runs. I used to have a camera mounted to the top of it that I'd get some point of view, first person point of view video with it, but it made it way too top heavy, and it just wasn't entertaining. Constantly having to pick it up. I got more view of the thing on its side than I did on its wheels, so, you know, whatever. But this is it. I'm proud of it. Like it or hate it, I'm proud of it. It's not yours, it's mine. Deal with it. Moving on. Moving on to my Wraith. This one I just got not too long ago. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it. I don't know the brand of body panels, but they're carbon fiber, and they're pretty badass, in my opinion. I love the color scheme. I had a Wraith similar to this. It had black body panels and yellow cage, and I made the mistake of getting rid of it. Not realizing that I liked it so much, I got rid of it, immediately regretted it, and well, just didn't have the heart to ask for it back. But yeah. This is the Wraith. It's got Method wheels. It's got BFG all-terrain tires. The tires are absolutely amazing. They do great on rocks, dirt, gravel. I mean, you name it. Anything dry, and it does excellent on. Mud, I haven't seen so much decent runnage out of them. The mud's kind of not so good. But, yeah. Not much to say about this. I put different wheels and tires on it when I got it, which are these ones. and I put different shocks on it. It had some off-brand, cheap, internally sprung shocks, and absolutely hated them. They were junk. They were beyond junk. They looked good, but that's about it. They didn't perform. So I got these extra speed shocks. They are fully functional with remote reservoirs. I mean, they're amazing. I love them. They're absolutely awesome. Haven't ran the rig with them yet because, well, I had a brushless in it. When I got it, there was no electronics other than the lights. I put a Castle brushless system in it and drove it around for a little bit, but there was something wrong with the brushless system. It just wouldn't perform the way it should. Yeah, so I ripped it out, and it's just a roller right now. I will get a new brushless system eventually. It's not high on my priority list at the moment. In the meantime, it just sits. I'm anxious to try it out, though. I love it. I love that it's got SCX10 axles, if you haven't already noticed that, instead of the standard Wraith axles. The standard Wraith, in my opinion, is just too wide. I've had problems breaking knuckles and steering servos just because of how wide it is. I forget that it's that wide. It's my fault, not really a defect in the Wraith, just I forget, and I hit things and I break things. And yeah, so that's the Wraith. My Dingo is kind of special. It's kind of the retarded rig. It's not built. It's got metal links, most of them. Metal front and rear bumper, metal rock guards. That's about it. Aftermarket springs. But this one, this I have slowly parted together with old parts off of my Honcho. This one, with the exception of the bumpers and rock guards, and of course the body, everything else is off my old Honcho. I guess the frame rails I picked up from a friend, but everything else is old parts from the Honcho. It's why throw them away when I can build a second SCX10? And it was pretty amazing. So I did it. I got bored one day. I think I'd been drinking. I don't remember. But yeah. So this is the Dingo. This one has not ran at all yet. It looks thoroughly thrashed, but I promise all of the use you see on this is not from this rig. This one, I'm not sure. I think I want to build it into like a mud rig. I want to get it fully waterproofed and use it in, like, you know, light mud, stuff like that. Maybe build it as a snow rig. Maybe put some tracks on it. There we go. I don't know. I've got a dozen ideas running through my head and no idea what I want to do with them. But yeah, so that's where that one stands. And oddly enough, that's the last of my Axial rigs, Axial brand rigs. I've got a few different others, 3 different other rigs, different brand wise. First off is the Vatera. It's the Vatera Ascender. A friend of mine bought this. Oh, come on. Thank you. A friend of mine bought this, liked it, drove it, hated it, sold it. And I bought it. Got a hell of a deal on it. Haven't done anything to it other than he painted the body for me after I got it, and then I swapped wheels and tires. As you'll know, on my Dingo, those wheels and tires that were on the Dingo were the ones that originally came on this from the factory. But I got another set, a smaller set of BFGs. Put those on. This is just going to be a scaler rig. Nothing fancy, drive through the yard, through the driveway kind of thing. It's not going to be anything extreme. It's all stock. Nothing fancy done to it. No electronics in it at the moment. Didn't get it with electronics. Yeah, and that's pretty much it with this one. I got it. Ended up trading it off. Hell, I don't remember. I traded it off for something, and again, regretted it, just like my Wraith. I regretted it immediately and decided that I wanted it back. So I made a deal with the guy I traded it to, a good friend of mine, and got it back, and I was very pleased with that. So I'm happy that I have it back. The next one I'm going to show you, though, is this one I'm confused about. I don't know what I want to do with it. I don't know what I want to do with it. I don't know if I want to make it anything, if I want to leave it the way it is and sell it, if I want to... I have no idea. I really have no idea. One of the first original ideas I had was to make it a flatbed, tilt bed tow truck. Put a winch on it and hook up my rigs when they break down. Not if, but when they break down, and tow them away on that, because it is a 6x6. It's fully functional. It's got a lot of power. It's got a low and high gear. It's got the torque and the power to move it. So that's what I thought about doing, but I need to get a new cab. The cab, well, the cab's the cab. It wasn't quite put together very well. Missing some pieces, and yeah, when it was put together, it wasn't lined up very well. So you've got gaps, and it's falling apart, and it's going to be easier just to buy and build a new cab than it would be to find the parts and then fix these. So I got to get a new cab. This one just has the 45 turn RC 4-wheel drive motor, whatever came with it, and then an axle ESC. Nothing fancy. It doesn't move at the moment because as I was loading them up here to make this video, my pinion gear fell off and the grub screw disappeared, and conveniently I didn't bring any of my tools to fix it, so it doesn't run. Right now the only one that does run is my original Honcho. But yeah, this one, the ideas that I had for it was to put some like metal grating over the windows, over all of the windows and coverings, or access points basically, to make it into like an apocalyptic rig, but I haven't found the right grating that I want to use, and that and this one's not very high up on my priority list. So this one's been sitting on my shelf for a while, haven't done much with it, debated on doing anything with it or just selling it, I don't know. But yeah, that's about it for that one. It's about it. I do have to say that RC 4-wheel drive did do a pretty good job building this. I think their only setback, the only disappointment on this was the stock drive lines. They were a cheap plastic put on with metal yokes, I guess, that are just junk. The plastic's too cheap and it broke almost right out of the box. I want to say it broke. And so I've had to put, you know, random drive lines there and then nothing here because these output shafts are too long for all the drive lines I have. Still technically 4-wheel drive and it goes anywhere, but I'm going to say the fallback, if I had to rate it, would be the drive lines. The drive lines are crap. But yeah, anywho, I'm not paid to rate them, so my opinion doesn't matter for them, but that's okay. I like it. It's built good. It's a good rig. I just don't know if I like it enough to keep it or sell it. So maybe if I get a decent offer from somebody, I'll sell it. I don't know. One rig I'm actually kind of proud of was, this is the second RC I've ever owned. This one I got from, well, same good friend that I've got most of my RCs from. This one is the HPI Mini Trophy Desert Truck. It's old. I've done a little looking, and I think I found that it came out in early 2000 and didn't last very long. It was an electric rig, single speed, 4-wheel drive. I haven't been able to find parts. I found a few fully built rigs for several $100s that I don't want to spend on to buy parts, but because I can't find parts and they're hard to find for this, I have retired it. It was fun in its prime. I had a brushless system in it that would do, I don't know, around 25 miles an hour or so, and I ended up wrecking it. Last time I drove it is when I killed the transmission fully. I had one friend, no, I only had one friend with me. He was way out at one end of the track, or the parking lot, and I was at the other, and I took off and lost radio reception, or radio transmission, and it stuck wide open. And it went full throttle 25 or so miles an hour right into his ankle. And luckily, thank God, nothing happened to the RC here. It survived just fine. Few minor scratches. It definitely didn't land on its top. I broke the bumper, had to fix the bumper, but it's a fun little rig. It's retired. The transmission went out. It was parted together when I drove it, and that impact killed the transmission. So I retired it right after that. It's been sitting the way it was when I last drove it. Haven't done anything to it. But yeah, that's it for all the crawlers that I own. This is the only actual, I guess, on-road or light dirt track rig that I own, was that HPI. I won't ever get into them again because I like actual slow-speed crawling or high-speed rock bouncing. But that's just my opinion. That's just what I like, I guess. But yeah, a lot of these are projects. You know, my Dingo, my Ascender, and my RC four-wheel drive Beast are all projects. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing with them. I don't know which direction I want to go with them. So if you have any input that you want to throw at me, or any ideas, or show me your Ascender or Dingo or Beast, that would be awesome. I'd love to see input. Yeah, well, that's about it. I got not much more to say about it. Follow my YouTube, or subscribe to my YouTube. Turn on my notifications. I will be posting a whole lot more. I know I say that every video, and then a month goes by, but, well, you know how that goes. Life gets in the way. But I will do my best to post more. I'm going to try and take my Honcho out, maybe get my Wraith up and running, and get some good videos. Maybe try some first-person point of view in the rigs now that I've got a smaller camera I can put inside. I don't know. It's all in the future. It's all up in the air at the moment. But yeah, like I said, turn on notifications, subscribe to my YouTube, share the hell out of this video for more ideas that I can get, or, you know, share it, just show your friends. That'd be cool. We're always looking for new friends to crawl with. Yeah, so that's about it. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And oh, don't forget to go follow my Instagram, MTC Mike, and then my Facebook, MTC Mike. That's important. I post a lot of pictures and updates on those more than I do YouTube. So, yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it, and have a good one.